Hi, I'm Red. You're watching Power Garage. Today is a very exciting day for me. Putting together my fully built motor. Last time you guys saw, we had an issue with the connecting rods hitting the bottom of the block, and I'm just on my own time. I just took everything apart. I clearanced it. You guys can check out my Instagram if you want to see some pictures of that. But it spins freely now. I got plenty of clearance. I talked to Pauter, and they told me how much clearance I needed, so we're all set. So on the table right here, I have laid out everything that I'm going to be putting on this motor today. So we have everything. I might have to look around for some bolts here and there, but all the new shiny parts are ready to go. So I'm going to start right now. I'm going to put the oil pump, the chain, the pan, and all that stuff on the bottom, and then go from the bottom and work my way up. So if you want to come over here, Tim, to check this out. I spent way too much money at the Honda dealership, but I got a hookup because that's where I used to work. So parts manager over at Norm Reeves Honda in Irvine, Lucian, he hooked me up. So yeah, I just gotta dig through here, find all these nice parts. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna take me a little bit. Just gonna go. Okay, one thing I'm going to do right now, it's not necessarily the best way to do it, but since I prefer to work, like I said, the bottom up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the timing chain for the cams on the bottom sprocket right now, because I'm going to put the lower chain guide for drag cartel, and I would have to loosen it back up later if I redid it. So take this beautiful CNC piece right here. We put it onto the stock lower guide. Okay. And then if you look at this timing chain, these are for the cams. So I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to line this up with, here, come over here, Tim. See, I'm going to line it up with the timing mark right here. So this corresponds with the gold chain. So this is going to go to the cams like this. So you take this thing on right here. Super easy to install. You just have to line everything up. Okay. Get my 5mm. Okay. So what you got to do is when you tighten it down, you have to line this thing up, because when this thing is on here, you don't want it to be touching the chain. All this is a fail-safe device. If the chain tensioner goes out, the chain physically cannot jump a tooth. So I'm just going to hold this right here, tighten it up. Boom. Go. So as you can see, there's a little gap, but not enough. And then pop that on there. There we go. Oil pump is on, the baffle, the lower chain. Now it's ready to slap on this oil pan. Okay, now that I got the bottom parts on, that's the easy part. Now it's time for the head studs. And you know what? This motor is just, let's do everything. So I'm gonna need Tim's help because he likes to wear gloves and I don't. So I don't have any extra large gloves. So, but like I was saying, I got the L19 head studs. So these are manufactured by ARP. They're distributed by, I don't know, somewhere else. And these are L19. So they recommend not touching these with your skin. Okay. Flip it over. Yeah, there you go. And then they also recommend finger tight. Here, just go ahead. So, go ahead. Start doing it. Yeah, so we just gotta screw all these in. Is it hard? You have to do it till the bottom's out, dude. Yeah. Here. The Allen side up. Those are pretty.
So nice and thick.
Yeah. Well, these are standard thickness, but yeah, these even though the standard ARP head studs are pretty strong, these are actually about 25% stronger. So the biggest problem with the force that's the bottom. The biggest problem with the force induction cars, I mean, there's a lot of cylinder pressure. So these help so the head doesn't lift. A lot of guys run O-rings, but you know, that could be kind of a band-aid. I mean, the K-Series engine is designed pretty well. It's just when you're trying to ask it to do 4 times, 5 times what the engine was designed for, that's the bottom. Tim, move your hand. Okay. Yeah, when you're asking it to do a lot more than what it was designed for, sometimes you have to use some extreme parts. Or you miss the one in the back. Or just going in the pile anyways.
Trash, but
yeah. Lots of garbage for this stuff. Don't fart on my soda, Tim.
your monster.
Yeah, my delicious monster.
What flavor you got today?
Orange.
What is your favorite flavor, actually?
It's hard to say. I like all of them.
Mine's purple drink.
Mm-hmm. Gonna help you along a little bit.
Some of them are a pain, but
Doesn't want to go down or what?
me.
Yeah, it's because the threads are a little iffy here. I'm just gonna use the wrench. The ratchet. Yeah, the thread's a little dirty. clean up the threads, but oh
Put
wow.
AWD. Okay.
Well, it's already done. It doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah. So this one,
I'm just gonna double check them with the wrench.
and then that one, and the rest are almost the exact same size.
I can't do that. It's gonna fall. Fuck. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, they're good.
Okay, so now that we got the head on, the next step is putting the cam and rocker assembly. This is a stock one that I got from a used motor that I'm going to be using on this one. But these are stock RSX cams. So I'm going to pull the cam caps off, take off the cams, and we're going to be using the drag Cartel cams. So yeah, I just got to do a little bit of stuff here, slap it on, and then we'll be ready to put the cams on. Picked me up a brand new cam gear. I bought way too many brand new parts from the dealer. And I just have this exhaust gear that I picked up. Ooh, very nice. Beautiful billet cams. Super nice. Also too, have a laser etched DC right there. So you know they're authentic. Well, I actually went straight to Cartel and I got these myself directly from Jeremy, so. Come on.
Little taparoo.
Yeah, there we go.
Ooh. Brand new cam. Brand new cam gear.
All the good stuff. And on the back, I have the signal plates. IN for intake. I'm just gonna. A couple other others real quick. I'm gonna throw these on. Gotta throw on the exhaust cam. That crap.
Love that new box smell.
Okay. Go. Oops. I did cut myself. A little blood on my motor's okay. Okay. These bolts were loose. Just make sure that you tighten this. I actually had a customer once had this funny noise. And it was because the adjustable exhaust gear on this K20, it kept bouncing back and forth. Super stupid problem, super easy to deal with. Just make sure your bolts are tight. So I put it at 0 degrees. We'll mess with it probably later on the dyno. Okay, cut myself, it's okay. But yeah, at cylinder 1 at top dead center, they need to be like a pyramid. Okay, so like I was saying before, we have our 2 gold marks. They need to go in between, right here. There you go. Got this little bolt, just using to hold that thing. There we go. Why is there a mark on the other side?
You put it on backwards?
No. Fucking skunk 2 did. Good job. Wow. They didn't assemble their part correctly. Well, actually, no, that's correct. Why did they put the mark on the other side? That's super stupid. Oh well.
I'm telling you, a machine probably, or they machined it wrong, or who knows?
I don't know. Who knows? Whatever. It'll work. Okay. It's going to be hard to mess with it later on if I have to reline up something. And then we have our cam caps. These are numbered and they have an arrow pointing towards the front of the motor. Makes it super easy. Okay. Let's got another part in here. Brand new. Too many brand new things.
That sounds expensive.
That's okay.
Ooh, upgraded.
Yeah, those one's a little bit harder. I'm still bleeding.
Let me see the difference between the old one and the new one.
Yeah, this one's wider. It comes from like a newer generation. They changed that. Alright, so I'm just going to get all this buttoned up, get the guides on, get all the bolts torqued. I had a little red beard hair I had to get rid of. Okay, so give me a few minutes. I'll get this handled. Need plenty of silicone so this thing don't leak. The bottom side of the cover on. And then to center this thing, I'm going to use the crank pulley. Okay. Where is my 5mm? I think it's in this. Just use it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Oops, are these too short? I think the bottom bolts are too short. I have to go to the store this time. Yeah, I think these are too short. I have to get some longer ones. It's okay. Oh, this is not my 5. That's why I was getting stuck. Here we go. Here's my 5. Yeah. On the charger, would you, Tim? Okay. Should be good. Got a couple regular bolts for the bottom. Find the third one. Yeah, you must count it down. You know what? They're too long. That's why they don't want to go in. Yeah, I don't know, the middle one doesn't really want to go in. It's okay. We'll make it work. See a little persuasion. Okay. Now that's in. Gotta put the top piece. Make sure you get plenty of silicone everywhere so you don't got any leaks. What do you think, Tim? Looking pretty good?
It looks legit.
Almost ready.
Can't wait until we toss this thing in.
Yeah, pretty soon.
I'm getting impatient here.
A little bit. Make sure you put some right here to clear or to seal the top piece to the bottom piece.
It's a really nice applicator you got.
Yeah, well, finger works just fine. Oops. Go. OEM bracket right here. You know, I'm gonna wipe this off. Forge just hit this on real quick. Couple of gagas. Okay, now where's the go? Make sure you have the keyway in here. Nice fluid on dampener. Keep that motor happy. So yeah, just got a few more little details to throw on here, and this motor is ready to go into my Civic. So stay tuned for next time. Hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.